Discover the strength to face life's storms with calm, clarity, and unshakable purpose before time slips away. True strength is not measured by the absence of difficulty, but by the mastery over our own emotions in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Every older man, having lived through triumphs and failures, knows that external circumstances are rarely fully within our control. Storms come, relationships falter, health fluctuates, and yet the mind remains the one realm where we can assert command. This mastery is not about suppressing feelings or pretending to be indifferent. It is about recognizing emotions for what they are, messengers, not dictators, and choosing how to act upon them. Anger, fear, regret, or disappointment may rise like waves, but the wise man learns to observe them without being swept away, allowing reason and purpose to guide his responses. By cultivating this inner discipline, moments that might have once triggered despair or frustration become opportunities for clarity and growth. A sudden setback at work, a disagreement with a loved one, or a painful reminder of mortality can all be approached not with panic or resentment, but with calm deliberation. Each challenge becomes a mirror, reflecting how well we understand ourselves and how committed we are to living according to principles rather than impulse. Over time, this practice transforms character, forging resilience that cannot be shaken by fortune or misfortune. The older man who embraces this approach discovers a profound freedom, the freedom to remain steady when others waver, to act decisively when confusion abounds, and to live with a quiet confidence that comes not from controlling the world, but from commanding oneself. This is the essence of true power, not in dominating circumstances, but in mastering the responses they provoke, turning life's trials into lessons of wisdom, patience, and enduring strength. Life often tempts us to chase after things beyond our control, other people's opinions, the shifting tides of fortune, or events that unfold unpredictably. Yet true wisdom lies in recognizing that much of the anxiety and frustration we feel comes from investing energy in what we cannot change. The older man who understands this principle gains a quiet, unshakable power. By focusing only on what lies within his sphere of influence, his choices, his actions, and the cultivation of his character, he conserves strength and acts with precision. This focus is not a call to passivity. Rather, it is an invitation to deliberate, intentional living. Every moment spent fretting over outcomes that are beyond reach is a moment stolen from progress, growth, and purpose. Consider the ripple effect of this shift in perspective. When you stop wasting energy on uncontrollable forces, your mind clears, your decisions sharpen, and your life aligns more closely with your deepest values. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming become manageable, not because the world has changed, but because your approach has. You begin to see setbacks as temporary and manageable, knowing that the only true measure of success is how you respond, not the whims of chance. This clarity empowers the older man to act decisively in the areas he can influence, whether it is nurturing meaningful relationships, improving his skills, or upholding his integrity in every choice. It is a liberation from the unnecessary weight of external pressures, a freedom that allows him to invest fully in what truly matters. In learning to distinguish between what is controllable and what is not, he discovers that serenity, effectiveness, and resilience are not gifts of circumstance, but fruits of deliberate focus. By directing attention and effort where they can produce real results, life becomes less chaotic, less overwhelming, and infinitely more purposeful, revealing that the path to strength is always through wisdom and mindful action. The discipline of daily reflection is a quiet yet transformative practice that separates those who drift through life from those who shape it with intention. Each day offers countless moments, some fleeting, some significant, that reveal our character, our priorities, and the subtle habits that guide our actions. Yet without reflection, these moments pass unnoticed, and life can slip away while we remain unaware of the patterns controlling us. By setting aside time each day to examine thoughts, choices, and behaviors, an older man gains insight into how he has responded to challenges, where he has acted in alignment with his values, and where he has fallen short. This is not a judgmental exercise, but a deliberate observation, a conversation with oneself aimed at growth rather than self-condemnation. Through this practice, he begins to recognize recurring impulses, anger in situations that require patience, worry over matters beyond control, or neglect of opportunities for kindness and integrity. Awareness itself is empowering. For once we see the ways we stray from our principles, we can course correct. Daily reflection also strengthens resilience. By revisiting difficult experiences with a calm, thoughtful mind, lessons emerge from pain, setbacks lose their sting, and wisdom takes root. It creates a rhythm of continuous improvement where the mind is constantly sharpened, the heart gradually tempered, and character slowly solidified. This habit fosters humility, reminding the man that no one is immune to error, and yet it instills confidence, for consistent self-examination ensures that progress, however gradual, is real and intentional. Over time, reflection becomes more than a practice. It becomes a compass, guiding every decision, every interaction, and every response to life's inevitable challenges. The older man who embraces this discipline discovers clarity in confusion, balance amid turmoil, and a deep sense of purpose in daily life. Through mindful reflection, he transforms experience into wisdom, mistakes into insight, and ordinary moments into stepping stones toward a life of integrity, strength, and enduring fulfillment. Age is not a limitation, it is an advantage, a unique vantage point from which the value of time becomes clearer and the importance of purpose more urgent. Living a purposeful life means consciously choosing how to spend each moment, aligning actions with principles, and pursuing goals that resonate deeply rather than simply passing time in distraction. The older man who embraces this approach understands that every decision carries weight, not because the world demands it, but because his own life demands it. Purpose gives clarity amid the noise of daily obligations, distinguishing what truly matters from what merely clamors for attention. It is expressed in the deliberate cultivation of meaningful relationships, in work that challenges and elevates, and in small, consistent acts that reflect integrity and compassion. By prioritizing what aligns with his values, he transforms ordinary routines into expressions of intention, ensuring that even the simplest actions carry significance. Moreover, living purposefully provides resilience against the inevitable setbacks and disappointments that life brings. When the mind is anchored in clear goals and enduring principles, temporary failures or external chaos lose their power to destabilize. There is a quiet confidence in knowing that one is moving in the right direction, guided by a sense of meaning rather than by fleeting pleasure or fear. This approach also inspires those around him. Purpose is contagious, drawing others towards sincerity, respect, and trust. In embracing purposeful living, the older man experiences a life rich not in accumulation or recognition, but in depth, integrity, and fulfillment. He recognizes that time is finite, yet within this limitation lies freedom, the freedom to choose actions that echo his values, to invest in what truly matters, and to leave a legacy defined by character rather than circumstance. Ultimately, living with purpose transforms the experience of aging from a passive passage of years into an active, deliberate journey of growth, impact, and enduring satisfaction, proving that the true measure of a life well lived is not in its length, but in its meaning and the steadfastness with which it is pursued. In the end, the true power of life does not lie in wealth, status, or the absence of hardship, but in the mastery of oneself, the clarity of focus, the discipline of reflection, and the pursuit of purpose. Each challenge faced, each emotion understood, and each decision made with intention becomes a building block for a life of resilience, dignity, and fulfillment. The older man who embraces these principles discovers a freedom that cannot be taken away, freedom from chaos, from fear, and from the distractions that cloud judgment. By mastering emotions, focusing on what can be controlled, examining his actions daily, and living with deliberate purpose, he transforms not just his own life, but the world around him. Time, once a silent pressure, becomes an ally, guiding him toward choices that matter and moments that resonate. In practicing these timeless lessons, he moves through life with calm strength, unshakable clarity, and a profound sense of meaning, proving that true wisdom and power are cultivated from within, and that the measure of a man is found not in the years he has lived, but in the depth, integrity, and intentionality with which he lives them.